All right, welcome back to another video. My name is Stephen Foster. Today we are diving into pocket notebook covers. If you want to spend less time on your phone, you've been doing the analog journaling thing, you have a notebook, maybe some type of like pocket notebook, like a field notes notebook, but you're wondering how you can do more of this. Like, how can this give me more time, like take away more jobs from my phone? I don't even know where my phone is right now. That is good. But you're looking for a way to make something like this a bit more durable, a bit more functional. Maybe you want it to work more for you when you're going to work, when you're doing travel, or whatever it is. This video is for you. Right here, I have 3 different pocket notebook covers that I've been using for at least the last few months. I think actually a couple of these now I've had for almost a year. And this video has no sponsors, so I do have some affiliate links down below that help support this channel, but these are all my opinions. No one's paying me to say anything here. Each one of these 3 notebook covers, they kind of have like a different system to them, different features. I use them for different things. So my hope is that this would inspire you. You can copy anything that I have here, or maybe it'll inspire you to use tools you already have, or a tool that maybe you didn't know existed, to accomplish whatever it is you want to accomplish with your journaling, note-taking tools. Okay, first up, let's talk about the Lochby. The first thing we have to talk about when talking about the Lochby is how this zipper works. This zipper is amazing. The tolerances on it are perfect. Every time I put a field notes notebook in here, this thing just like fits it within like a absolute millimeter. It's like so nice, so nice. Most recently, I was using this for travel. So in here, I actually have my passport and my son's passport. My son is a minor, so I have to have his passport and do the whole thing when I go through security for him. But back here, you can also fit a few extra cards. If I throw a field notes journal in on top of this passport back here, you kind of don't even know that this passport is back here. So I can have like a passport plus like a notebook all in here, and I can load this whole thing up. Maybe throw a couple cards in there if I didn't even want to carry a wallet. And now I have a pocket notebook all in here. This also has a little pocket up front where I can fit something like the Studio Neat Mark I. And there you go. You have a whole system right there for traveling. You can have your important documents, little pocket notebook, a pen for filling out immigration forms, whatever it is. Something like this, for me at least the last year, has been so handy in traveling. I guess there's one more thing I'll say is when I'm not traveling outside of the United States, I may sometimes pull these passports out. We have a strange interstate travel system, and I'll sometimes throw things like luggage tags and like tickets for trains, planes, whatever back here as well. That's something I really like about having a system like this that I think all 3 of these notebooks do share, is the ability to have a pocket, especially on these like field notes notebooks that don't have pockets on the back. That comes in clutch more. I think I already mentioned that in a video. I think I have like a little streak of pen on here from my son, just experimenting with what pens are, because he is around that age. The last thing I'll say about the Lochby pocket cover, the pocket journal, I think is what they call this thing, is that this is a vegan product. So it has this durable waxed canvas, kind of has like a military sort of feel to it. It's definitely very durable. I've been using it for I think 9 months now. And it's all like nylon on the inside as well, like this synthetic material. I think that's pretty nice if that's something that you're looking for, if that's something that is important to you. I will also give an honorable mention to, well, let's see if I can find it now. Shoot. Honorable mention to the Lochby field pouch, I guess is what this is called. They have a field folio too for larger notebooks if you have like an A5, I think it is. Lochby is great. They've been a partner of the channel, like doing affiliate promotions and things like that. This particular pouch can hold just like a ton of pens, refills. When I travel for like weeks on end, I usually bring this thing with me because then it also fits my Anchor charger with like 6 ports and all that other stuff. Let's see if I got that in there right. Hopefully. Yeah, so the Lochby field pouch is also an honorable mention, but the Lochby field journal is ends up being the go-to most of the time. Up next, I want to talk about this. This is from a company called Craft and Lore. They are a local-based company. It's this guy Nathan that I just met, and we really hit it off, had a great time hanging out. And he's like, hey, why don't you take one of my pocket notebook covers and try it out? Let me know what you think. This is a super fun pocket notebook cover. These come with these little word notebooks in here. They're about the same size as field notes. This one's a blank one that I just threw in here because I think this is the original one that came in here. I really like these grommets. I like the unfinished leather. This has kind of been like I'm going to a coffee shop, I'm maybe reading a book, I want to take notes on a book. Or I just want to like get some thoughts out, jot down some ideas, whether it's like YouTube videos or stuff from my Substack channel, whatever it is. This is kind of that like little devotional thing. I really like this. The grommets are like such a, I don't know, like if you see Craft and Lore's website, you'll know what I mean by this, is like, there's just something about like the raw, unfinished edges here, the like brass grommets that like sound really good. And also I think are gonna patina really well with the leather. I also like that there's no exterior branding on this thing. You have the Craft and Lore branding on the inside, which is like right here stamped in, but that's it. You have like a little pocket behind this area back here. All in all, yeah, like I could just throw a few cards in here, throw a pocket notebook in here. It doesn't have a pin loop, but I could easily fit like one of these like Lochby pins in here. Let me show you what that looks like. If I just like toss that in there, now all of a sudden like, cool, that's not going anywhere. This works for like the day at the cafe or like a morning at a cafe kind of thing. And if you like this more like sort of raw, rugged, like I said, punk rock kind of feel to it, yeah, the Craft and Lore deal. I dig it. This thing is super cool, and I'm glad that Nathaniel shot it my way. I'm always like really skeptical about that stuff. I usually try to use these types of things for like a month. I think it's been over a month now that I've had this, and yeah, can't wait to see how this thing patinas in. The last notebook I wanted to get at was this Little King Goods notebook. I think I've had Little King Goods gear now for like 5 years, maybe, ever since like I came across these guys, like I think on a Peter McKinnon video years ago. The stitching on these, this is like a totally different vibe than the Craft and Lore, right? Like where the Craft and Lore has this like rugged kind of like just wild feel, and I love that. The Little King Goods stuff is like so refined. It feels like I'm gonna go to like a very high-end whiskey bar, cigar lounge kind of thing, and like jot down like my tasting notes or something. This does have a pen loop, though it is a little thin, so if it will fit a Lamy Safari, so that's kind of nice. You can throw that in there, be on your merry way. It has this little like card flap here. Never used it, mostly because this notebook ends up just staying right here in my office. I keep this here. I do like my Latin learning type stuff in here. So like I'll jot down things that I'm reading in Latin. I mostly just go through the Bible in Latin. I do have some like old Cicero stuff and Virgil, things like that, where like I'll compare it against the English or Spanish and then like try to do like my own translations and stuff. And that's more or less how I use this notebook. It just feels like a notebook that someone should be writing Latin in. But this is one of those things where like I really enjoy having something that is like this, because it makes learning a new skill, learning a language, or just doing something to improve yourself fun. It makes it like an enjoyable experience. I recently heard on a podcast that, I think it was Robin Walden's podcast with Ruby Granger. She was saying that she does kind of something similar where she'll read a section out of the Bible in the original Latin and then translate it into a notebook in English. And that's kind of how she's learning Latin. I thought that was kind of cool that there are other people doing that. Obviously, that's a great language learning opportunities, like get something like the Bible and then something that has a lot of translations, and you can kind of learn a language that way. So this ends up being sort of that solution for me. There's also a little pocket back here, which makes it kind of neat. Again, if you're going to use this like on the go, but for me, this is just more of like the wholly enjoyable Latin notebook at the studio. So overall, with how did I have these in the thumbnail? Probably like this. Overall, I wanted to make this video so you'd be inspired to build your own journaling system. These are just some of the companions that I've used over the last year, and there are companies out there that make like what I would call full systems, like Traveler's Company or Paper Republic. You could check that out. Like they sell like the refills and the different types of like everything, right? Each one of these notebooks all came with notebooks in them. Lochby uses like, I think the Tome River notebooks. Little King Goods kind of has like their own like branded notebook, but it's very similar to Field Notes, same as like Craft and Lore. They use the Word notebook refills in there, but you could also put Field Notes in there. Field Notes has their own leather covers that I don't personally have, but I would love to check out at some point. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. But for me, this is one of the fun things about pocket notebooks and journaling and analog tools in general, is just making them your own, having well-made, well-crafted tools, material to put your hands on in an age where most of the stuff it feels like we handle is either like plastic or like cold metal. And there's just something really warm about like journaling, having natural materials, whether it's like a wax cotton or leather, and just, yeah, making that process a really enjoyable process. So let me know down in the comments below if you have a particular notebook journaling system, or using Field Notes or any other type of brand of paper journaling systems, pens. I'm actually curious, like, I've been really enjoying the Lamy Safaris, huge fan of Studio Neats pens. But if you have a particular pen you like using that is not one of those, leave it down in the comments below. With that, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. And if you have not yet, please do so, and be kind, both in life and in the comments below. Like this video to send good vibes across the internet. We'll do it again soon. Later.